Hey, good evening, ladies and germs. Hey, I just flew in yesterday from the West Coast. Boy, are my arms tired. You know, arms tired. Arms. Hey, is there anybody out there? Hey, is this thing on?
Okay. So you're a tough crowd. That's fine because I want to talk about customer service. That's right, customer service. You know the old saying, everyone wants to receive good service, but no one wants to give it. So here's my question. How do you know when you've given a customer good service? That's right, now, I'm serious. How do you know when you've given a customer good service? Well, when I turned 16, I went down to the local supermarket to be a professional peg boy. But instead, they hired me as a deli clerk. I was a little concerned because the year before, they hired my friend. But anyway, he sliced it. He couldn't cut the mustard, you know. But I had no problems, and it was there at the deli that I began to learn about customer service. I even remember my first night at work. I was all excited and ready to go. In the first 5 minutes, they quickly showed me how to use the slicer and the scale. Then the two other guys disappeared, and I was left alone on the deli counter for the next 3 hours. Now, I was so naive, I thought they were trusting me to handle the counter all by myself. Why, they got everything done in the back. Hey, it wasn't until 3 weeks later that I even realized those guys were taking it easy in the break room, leaving the new guy, me, out on the counter with all the customers. Hey, what's with that? That's where I first realized each of us have different feelings about customer service. Another thing I learned that night was good service doesn't depend on just what we say or how we act. Boy, we have to be careful because you can say the exact same thing to two different customers and get two completely different responses. Hey, how was I to know that she was obese and not pregnant? I mean, she looked pregnant to me, and I was just trying to be nice. That's another story. Anyway, I love to joke around, talk and have fun with customers. If they ask for American cheese, I might say, would you like imported or domestic? Or if they ask me to slice something thin, I might respond, hey, would you like that sliced thin on one side or two? Hey-o! And if they needed smoked fish, I'd comment, it's easy to weigh these guys, because they come with their own scales. Whoa! These kind of comments used to make customers pause a little, laugh, and then we'd go from there. Of course, I also remember the time a small boy asked for some thinly sliced ham. I gave him my sliced thin on one side or two comment. He didn't know how to answer the question, and before I could stop him, he left the counter to go ask his mother. Man, I thought for sure I was in trouble on that one. But he returned a few minutes later, said he'd asked his mom, and she told him, make sure he only slices it thin on one side. Bada bing, bada bang. Now, I was the one who didn't know what to say. But back to our question. How do we know when we've given a customer good service? Sometimes a customer wants to get in, get their items, and get out as quickly as possible. Another time, that same customer may want to consider options, sample different items, have all kinds of questions answered. So in a business where each customer can have different needs each time they enter the store, how is it possible to know if we've given good service? The answer? We've only given good service if the customer thinks we have. Period. It doesn't depend on what we say, what we do, or how we feel. It depends wholly on the customer's viewpoint. Mary Peralt of Raley Stores said it like this. If the shopper feels like it was poor service, then it was poor service. We are in the customer perception business. Great quote, isn't it? We're in the customer perception business. I never thought of it like this, but it's a great way to look at our business because it centers everything on the customer. It's the customer's opinion that counts. It's the customer's perception that matters. It's the customer's needs that have to be satisfied. And since each customer can differ on what they need, we must ask the right questions. Listen to the customer to understand exactly what those needs are, and then suggest ways to use our products and services to solve them. This is so much more than just being the typical order taker. And those that can develop this skill, they're worth their weight in gold for the company, for their store, and for themselves. So how do we know when we've given good service? We've only given good service when the customer thinks we have. Think about it. I'm Buck Jones. Hey,
Have you ever wondered why buffalo mozzarella costs more than regular mozzarella? Huh. Have you ever tried milking a buffalo? Did you know they were trying to build a deli on the moon? Yeah, they really did. Didn't work out. Know why? Great food. Just no atmosphere. Oh, we're rolling now.